Hello, my name is Adelaide Abney, and I'm going to show you a little bit about my W540 course, kind to give you an overview of my PD plan, my technology unit, technology plan, and some of the blogs I was able to do during this time. Let me start with my PD plan. The great thing about my PD plan was I was able to do a slide rocket for my staff. I did a training on SITS. SITS is actually a wonderful tool to use in the classroom. It helps you create express tests for your staff. One of the things that my staff really learned was the adult learning theory. They thought it was interesting to find out how adults actually learn, how adults will commit to learning when the goals and objectives are considered realistic and important, and how learners need to see that the professional development learning and their day-to-day activities are related. And adult learners need direct, concrete experience in which they can apply the learning in their real work. The staff thought this was wonderful because this is something you can use with students. When you look at how adults learn, a lot of our students learn this very same way, and we have to tailor that learning to meet their needs. Some other actually wonderful things I was able to do in SITS training was I was able to play the copyright video I skipped over. The teachers thought that was cute and fun. Although the students learn copyright laws in the classroom, it's always a great idea to show them that in their technology class they normally learn, but this is also a great idea to show them that in the classroom so they can be responsible digital citizens. This is just a couple things through my SIDS training. I was able to plot our school's data on here. That way it made it more real life to the teachers and they can kind of see where they stand. Once teachers were able to log on into SITS because it is connected to our homepage, what made this technology so great was they were able to log on from home. They could actually make tests from home. And then I just went on to provide them with a different type of handouts that they would be able to use in the classroom and then tell them what's on each tab. So this was a really great technology to actually train the staff on. A lot of the staff did have some trouble. I realized this because after the PD, I had them complete a SITS PD feedback form. This was just some of the requests that I did receive. I did meet with about 5 or 6 staff members after the PD just to assist them with actually using the technology and making sure that it fit comfortably into their classroom. A part of my PD plan was to contact representatives that dealt with education outside of the school and the school board. So I wrote a letter to the congressional representative and I informed him that students have to learn digital etiquette. Students must understand appropriate behavior in regards to digital communication, and students must understand appropriate and inappropriate communication. This is something that is truly important in today's society because digital or bullying online has become a real issue in the classroom, and it also carries over and affects student learning. I also wrote a letter to the school board member just letting them know the world is becoming a more technical place and our society is depending more and more on technology to perform daily tasks. Soon, understanding how to use technology will impact a person's abilities to survive. I just wanted them to know that providing students with the opportunity to use technology to communicate and share ideas is critical to their success in our world, and that should become a core component to our Common Core standards today. This was an example of a newsletter I sent home to my parents. Just gave them a little bit of information about technology for the student, what the teacher would be doing with technology in the classroom, and also some different websites that parents are able to get on: Animoto, the chat room, and SlideRocket. I did communicate abroad with a former coworker from JCPS. Her name was Stephanie. She teaches in Mongolia. She taught me a couple key components that are the same in Mongolia and here. She talked about students needing to communicate. I thought it was interesting that in grade 2, their students from Mongolia are able to blog with the class in Chicago, where they're able to post and answer questions at home and in school. I also thought it was interesting that once the students hit 5th grade, they're required to do an individual student project that they do research and present at the end of the year. And all 5th grade students have their own blog website where they let their parents and teachers and project mentors know where they are in the process. So that was an interesting way to keep parents involved with technology as well as students. Next, I'm going to discuss my technology unit. I really loved my technology lesson plan. I thought it was an amazing way to incorporate technology in the classroom with one of my favorite subjects, which is social studies. I actually did a unit on expansion and change, but my lesson focused on industry and immigration. It lasted about 4 days. Students had to be able to describe how inventions affected production, distribution, and consumption of goods during the industrial period, and also compare communication technology and transportation and education during the industrial period till today. We were able to actually create a Linowid board just to review with the students about digital citizenship and how important it is to have all 9 of those aspects every single time they sign online. So this was my students posting what they learned about digital citizenship. The students really loved this. Linowid is extremely easy. Once you create a page, anyone can go on there. You're just going to grab your post-it note, drag it down, and type on there. My students thought this was a great use of technology, and they even came up with ideas on how to use Linowid, such as research projects, to explain math problems, to show a science experiment. They said they can also do a web if they were doing reading or writing. So I thought that was a great idea. During the class, in order to lead the class, I actually had a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint gave the students directions. I emailed them this PowerPoint so they can use it at home as well. It told them exactly what we did in class that day, so they were familiar with that. I also had an Animoto I created because that was the main point of their project on there. So I showed them different types of technology that they would be able to use during our technology lesson plan, and also gave them a way to connect this with parents and families at home with different links and the PowerPoint so they could discuss what they're learning in the classroom and turn in assignments. This is a copy of my post-assessment and my pre-assessment. And here are some of the student work samples. My students really had a great time collaborating and creating technology together. They were able to collaborate to create these great short 30-second videos and able to discuss their learning in small groups. This is just an example of what one of my students created. This was Alexander Graham Bell. He invented the telephone. So this was an amazing thing for them. They actually went home, shared it with their parents. I received some parent emails about how excited they were that students were using technology, not so much as a social media networking, but in a way that it was helping them further their education. This was another one, Animoto on Alexander Graham Bell. One of my students did one on assembly lines, when it was created, who it was created by, and Henry Ford helped to improve it. Then my student went further on to have some pictures of the assembly line. Finally, I included a video of myself teaching, and I took a moment to write down my pre-assessment data and my post-assessment data and just reflect on the whole lesson. Some of the improvements I thought I would do next year if I had to do another technology lesson is I would make sure I take students into the lab often to do research because it requires them to analyze data and determine which information is important. I believe this may help with comprehension skills. This would also give students an opportunity to read articles that are above level, and I think it would really help to get students engaged with reading using technology. My next piece was my technology plan. My technology plan first covered the school's technology plan. Some of the things with the technology plan is our plan is to incorporate an STLP program to train students on how to activate, navigate, and maintain computers at Rangeland. Says Rangeland elementary teachers embed technology into their everyday teaching practice with a variety of technology tools. We do have a fund and a budget for technology, and that our technology is monitored and evaluated. We use the scores from our 21st Century Skills Assessment for 5th grade students. We also have walkthrough visits, observation, comprehension school surveys as well. The district technology plan is similar to ours but a little bit different. The district wants the use of various computers and related technologies that can have a positive impact on overall student achievement, such as computer and related technologies or tools for learning. The Jefferson County Public School District has established a 10-point vision. So I listed this vision right in here. The district also keeps a district hardware inventory. It lets us know that there are over 35,000 workstations district-wide, 464 servers, and over 6,500 printers. I also went and did a school hardware inventory. It has 94 student desktops, 9 HP minis, 32 teacher laptops, and 28 projectors. So we see we are a very technology advanced school, technology rich, even though we are a Title I school. When I broke down our numbers from our various student populations, we have 55 students that are reduced lunch, 532 students that are free, only 108 are paid students. So even though we are this Title I school, we do get money to supplement that and really help students to get a good idea on different technologies that are available for them. The one thing I would like to see different is the school does not have iPads in possession. I think that would be a great way. We need the iPads because I think it would be a great way for students to be engaged. They can have download different books on there. They can have different libraries on there. They can also do some individual learning. So when we take tests, instead of using clickers, because students really don't like clickers that we have in the classroom, it can really be a one-on-one learning experience so they don't have to look on other people's paper. Some of the great tools we have for adaptive and assistive hardware is Read Write Gold 10, 8 HP minis. We also have Discovery English Success Maker and Success Maker Reading and Math. Discovery English Success Maker is a really great tool for our ELL students. The 8 HP minis are mainly used with our ECE students so they can get on different learning websites and really work on those skills that they need help with. A lot of our students get on Study Island Math and Reading. It helps for enrichment, enhancement, as well as to review some of those skills. And of course, Times Attack is another website we love to use in school. The students get really excited about Times Attack. It is a fun, interactive math game online. Here are some other websites the staff likes to use, such as Brain Pop, Graphic Organizers, High School Hub. This one actually is on our online resources for JCPS schools. The Louisville Free Public Library. And then here's a list of the different resources we use in the classroom, such as Starfall, Study Island again, and Success Maker. I also learned that students learn many different things throughout the year depending on their grade level, such as keyboarding, word processing, and spreadsheet. The final thing I thought was interesting was how we keep up with our WAN system. We actually have people at the district who take care of all of technology housing as well as passwords. If anything breaks down, we have an STC in the building that takes care of it first, and then she refers us out. These are just some of the highlights from my W540 class, and I hope that it was helpful to you.